Hello, I'm PX3 and welcome back to the video. So one of my very first goals as soon as Battle Minigame came to console was to try and work out a way outside of this lobby. And it took a couple of months and a lot of trying, over there, and over there. But eventually a way was found out, and I showed this off on my channel a couple of weeks ago. As well as just showing it off though, I showed off everything around here, the fake trees and stuff, as well as showing the fact that this is just one giant floating area on a super flat. Well, that was pretty mind-blowing by itself, and a lot of you did seem to enjoy that video. But today I found even more secrets over the past couple of weeks, including a slightly easier way to get out the map, including some of the bizarre stuff around here that's just kind of weird to me, and also including, a really cool secret that allows you to start any game with an iron helmet if you can do it right. So yeah, lots of cool secrets that you can do outside the Battle Minigame lobby. I hope you will enjoy this video. If you do, like it, let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like freedom and stuff like that. Again, this is one of the coolest things in my opinion, because when the game tries so hard to lock you in, there's so many things that stop you, and then in the end it turns out just being a glitch that lets you out. Side note, if you don't know how to get out the lobby already, here's how you do it. So you want to stand on this little piece of wood right here, you want to jump from the, sprint forwards from this over to there, and you want to just hold down A in between, and hope that you land on the very edge of that slab, because then the slab kind of lifts you up a half block, add that to your block already, and you can jump 1.5 blocks very temporarily over that. It's not meant to be done fast, it's not meant to be done easy, but it can be done in like 10 minutes if you just keep on trying over and over again, because again, it's a really precise jump. But if you jump diagonally, this is a little tip I found, you can do it slightly easier. So yeah, if you just jump with a tiny bit of diagonals to it, I think it maybe makes the distance a bit easier. You can jump from here, go down a tiny bit below the slab, land over there, jump up a tiny bit, and you'll end up on top of the wall and outside of the map. So that sounds complex, but I showed you on screen a couple of ways to do it, and basically once you've done that, you're outside the lobby. So that is meant to take you several minutes, even with the new method, it takes about 5 or 6 minutes. But yeah, once you're out here, let's show you some of the cool stuff you can check out. So first of all, you've got this big lake over here. I mean, if you wanted to drown yourself in it, you actually can't drown, because in the in the Battle Minigame lobby, you don't actually have health or hunger. But just in case you want to see anyway, here's just a big body of water. As you can see, this is actually floating above the kind of super flat layer, which I find relatively interesting personally. And also, as you can see down here, it looks like there's actually grass down there, because it looks very different to the dirt here, and for some reason the grass isn't being, turned off by the, the water around it, which, maybe it's just the way the water hits it, but again, it looks like grass to me, and if so, that's a weird little Easter egg. But the thing that I find to be even cooler for an Easter egg is if you look around the Battle Minigame lobby, or if you're building it like I am, you'll notice it's actually built from 4 types of wood. It's built from oak, you can see here, the roofs are built from jungle, there's a lot of dark oak in the library, and there's a lot of spruce slabs elsewhere. And if you look around the area around here, not only can you see there's giant forests that look like this. Not only can you see the, of course, giant jungle trees, which, side note, they're not real jungle trees. They're just fake ones that are just a lot of, like vines that are designed to roughly look like them, which I still don't know why they did this entirely. It seems like it's just a bit too bizarre to really make sense, but they did it anyway. There's just fake trees around here that you can use to climb up the mountain if you want to. But yeah, as well as these two types of trees, there's also, if we look all the way past there onto the hills, so we need to jump over to here, I guess. You can also find some spruce trees, which are hidden in the extreme hills in the back. You can't really see them from the map itself, but there is, in fact, a spruce tree over there. And also, you'll notice there's a single dark oak tree over here, which I thought was a really nice detail. Whether it's a coincidence or whether it's an Easter egg, one of each of the types of trees used to actually craft the lobby is found outside of here, which, again, I really like that personally. Another little Easter egg about this area, or not Easter egg, but just bizarreness to it, is the fact that if you go to any of the edges, there's like some floating blocks above nothing, just to make it look a bit more real, even when you can't see those floating blocks. So again, it makes you question how they designed this thing, because if you go over to here, again, at part of the lobby you can't see. You can't see this from inside the place, but if you go all the way to the edge, so past this birch forest, which exists for some reason, you can see how for some reason there's just some floating blocks behind everything in a way that's just like, why did they bother with that? Like, it sticks out. It's not like they made a perfect square. They just placed some blocks here, nothing on them whatsoever. In fact, let's jump down there. Let's show you just some random blocks over here, chilling, doing nothing. So yeah, as well as just random blocks which do nothing, which I think is confusing enough. Oh, we can't jump up there, can we? As well as just confusing blocks doing nothing. If we can jump back up there, which is a little bit of a trouble, because again, there's just a giant jungle here, which it's cut off in really weird places, which makes me question if like they built it and then someone came around and just started destroying blocks. Because although it looks just fine from the lobby, there's a lot of weirdities you can see from behind here, where someone clearly cut it off or removed blocks, but they're blocks you can't normally see. So over here, for instance, you can see that. Another little weirdity that you might notice notice is the fact that just over here, there's a giant biome shift from, what was a jungle to an extreme hill in a really, really, non-properly done way. I don't know why, I don't know how, I can't tell you exactly why their tools do this, but it's a really non-smooth, transition that you can just about see from the lobby itself, actually. Again, bizarre stuff if you ask me. Another bizarre thing you can see while you're up here that you might have missed if you explore this yourself is the fact that there's a couple of caves you can go into. So this first one over here, as you can see, it's just like a cave down to nothing, because even though the caves did exist, like this is naturally generated terrain, they put a natural floor in it, so even though you should be able to go down further, you just can't. And I think this gets really weird when you go in this cave, because as you can see, like, you're like, so there's granite. Oh, it's really dark in here. You can see some granite, you can see some coal, you can see all that stuff inside here, and it's just a little bit bizarre if you ask me that there's a fully functioning cave that just kind of then ends up, and then you're like, oh yeah, and then there's trees again, because there's a natural floor on this map, which just, again, makes things a bit bizarre, makes things a bit strange, but, even though there is that natural floor, over here, the floor doesn't exist, for reasons I can't entirely tell you. So, yeah, lots of bizarre stuff. If you go to any of the edges, you'll see, like, a really bizarre just ring of stuff that just makes you question, why does this need to exist? Why did someone go in here and remove blocks like this? Like, this is clearly a naturally, like an artificially removed block. Terrain doesn't generate like that. But someone did it anyway, and you just kind of have to question why stuff like that exists. But in case you don't care just about these questions and stuff like that, how about we jump all the way outside of the map? So, yeah, let's just jump down here. If you are... Oh, okay, just over here you can see another little weirdity where you can go below some extra blocks. Also, more coal. But yeah, if we jump down here, you can see that the map is, in fact, just a giant floating blob taking place over a super flat. And if you look at all this sand clearly came from something else, which makes me think that there was sand below there, because you can see there's no holes in that giant floor. That exists regardless of all of the sand, which is strange. The sand has no purpose to really exist there. A lot of people theorize that it fell out of the map, but there's no missing sand in the map or anything like that. That's not a thing. It's just a strange little thing there. And also, you'll notice that if you head to the, I guess, outside the gateway, then you'll see some sand over there. So I mentioned, this was the last thing I showed off in the last video. It is a bit bizarre that there's just some random sand bits, but it just made me go, oh, yeah, there's sand. Isn't that crazy? Like it's a blob of sand, which makes me think that the sand over there and the random bits of dirt right here, which eventually do turn into grass, by the way, this makes me wonder if maybe, there was meant to be something over here, like the map went further, but they decided to cut it out for performance, or just for weird reasons. I can't say for sure, but that's that. Oh, another fun fact about the lobby is it actually takes place in the very corner of the super flat world. So over here, you can actually see the edge of the world, because the grass changes colour, just to show you that is the edge. Here's me trying to run into it. If you look over there, the very corner, happens. Like, you can see the two edges hit over there, which makes me think that, again, building a build in the very corner of the world must give you performance benefits, because if 4J are doing it, they're probably doing it for a reason. So, yeah, fun fact you might not have known is that evidently, building it in the corner is something they decided to do, which makes me think it's a performance thing. Or maybe it's a perceived performance thing. Either way, they built it in the very corner. Another fun fact is if you walk a lot, really far in this direction, so the direction of the jungle, of the hills, etc., you'll eventually find a village, because even though they built this on a super flat, they actually just naturally generated one, and forgot to remove the villages. So if you go to the village, in a way that I think is rather cool, you can see that, oh yeah, it's a fully formed village. There are no villagers to trade with, unfortunately. I think that'd be really cool. And there's nothing you can amazingly do here, like you can't, I don't know, build it, you can't just, come out here and make this a fun little thing. But what you can do, because there are crop planters, is you can stand on the crops, and if you want to go into battle minigame with one of the biggest secrets, then all you have to do is, take these potatoes with you, and you can do it that way. So yeah, have you ever wanted potatoes in battle minigame? You can do it by taking these with you, which I think is a bit bizarre, but it's something that you can totally do there. So let's just throw the potatoes away. I'll be honest, I don't really want them. Oh, fun fact, by the way, even though it seems like you probably should be able to, I'm pretty sure anyway that there's no way to actually plant new stuff, because the only way to really get rid of it is to do this. And also left triggering, I should say, isn't properly enabled. But yeah, let's just take our poisonous potato, which we were lucky enough to get. Let's take our potatoes, our carrots, and our seeds, and let's go diagonally this way now. So back the way we came, and diagonally, so like to the left of the spawn. And I'm gonna have to like skip this next bit, because you're gonna have to run for about 2 minutes. But what you will find is something that I think is really cool. So as you can see, it is a second village. One of the really cool things about the battle lobby, by the way, is there's unlimited sprint, because obviously you have no hunger bar, so you can just sprint forever. And after like literally 2 minutes of just non-stop sprinting, so I was just like, I'm gonna hum a song to myself. Then what you can do is you can end up at this second village. So the second village mostly has the same stuff as the first one. You look around, it's like, oh yeah, there's some more wheat if you want that. There's some more doors and more lacquer villages. But of course there is a blacksmith chest. So this blacksmith chest is really cool because at least on the Xbox 360, the only platform I have managed to get this working on, you can actually find yourself some armor in there. The armor seems to vary each. The armor seems to vary each time you go in there. I was wondering where the stuff went, but obviously it just equips straight onto you. But doing this, you can actually equip yourself some armor before you go into the game. Again, sometimes it's going to give you different stuff. I wasn't aware of that until just now. I thought it always gave you the iron helmet, and every time I have it has. But yeah, you get yourself an iron helmet, you get yourself sometimes an iron chest plate, and you can actually just wear that in the battle lobby. Admittedly, you're down here doing nothing, but still, it's a really, really cool thing that you're in the battle lobby with iron armor on. So what's even cooler than having iron armor in the battle lobby? Well, being able to take it into the full game. So I'd like to clarify, this isn't possible in public games because it takes too long. It's only possible if you have friends that you want to confuse, so please don't even try in a public game. Also, random torches that I now have. But yeah, one thing you can actually do with this iron helmet is if you invite people into the game, as I'll show you on screen right now, you can actually go into the full game with it, because the way the game is set up is it's coded so that all of your head armor will be taken into the game with you. This is because most of the head armor they give you is a Steve head, is a wither skeleton skull, but if you put an iron helmet on, you can take this into the game with you, which is something I think is really cool. And yeah, have you ever wanted to go into a game with armor already equipped? Well, you can do that if you just head to this blacksmith chest. It's a couple minutes to run away, but if you come here, then you can go into a game already equipped with armor in a way that I think is really, really cool. So yeah, that is the last secret of the battle minigame lobby that I do believe. There's one more village you can find around here, but it's not really too interesting. This is definitely the best of all the three, and again, depending on your platform, depending on when you go in here, you might find even better, even more different, even more bizarre stuff. So if you want to find any of that stuff, then you can do so with this little thing. If you find obsidian, you can definitely use that to do some bizarre stuff. I'm going to be, keep on checking this stuff out, and as soon as I find any more crazy cool glitches, I will let you guys know after this video. But for now, I hope you did all enjoy this video showing you how to get outside the battle minigame lobby slightly easier, showing you some of the cool stuff about it, and even showing you how to go into a game with an iron helmet pre-equipped. If you did all enjoy the video, like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like this sort of video. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. I really, really love the fact that there is this like crazy little glitch area to get to now, and again, I will be checking out a whole bunch. So if you want to see more videos like this and you're not already subscribed, yeah, subscribing's a good idea. But if you are, then I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.